Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Juan. I am joined alongside Ryan and Keith from the Bytethat podcast, and we want to talk about something that is just right hot off the presses. That is the shoot interview that Highspots did with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, titled Leaving an Impact. We, of course, know AJ Styles is the hottest free agent currently in the independent wrestling scene. He was in TNA for 11 years now. He's gone. On January 2nd, Highspots cut up, went over to his house, interviewed him for over 2 hours. We got the DVD. It came. We saw. We watched. We conquered. We did all of that. Now, that being said, I want to really know, Ryan, what was your initial reaction? What did you think of this shoot interview?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty good interview. If anyone's watched the trailer, though, I would be lying to say if I didn't expect a little bit more from this. The trailer made it seem like you're going to get these really juicy details of, things that went on in TNA. At least that's the way it was pitched. And I feel like it was not quite that. But at the same time, AJ Styles isn't really that guy. So I would say I was expecting a little more, but at the same time, I wasn't completely disappointed. I still think there was a lot to gain from listening to this, to get to know more about AJ Styles and more about sort of his thought process when certain things were happening in TNA.
Yeah, I loved the DVD. As someone that's watched TNA basically through the whole thing, it gave that perspective about things that you kind of felt were off or kind of wondered why TNA did what they did, and AJ Styles just kind of came out and said it, like some of the lukewarm debuts or wondering why some guys came and like they conquered then just disappeared or nothing happened with them. He went into a lot of detail about that, and I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really like this deep shoot in terms of talking trash about TNA. You could definitely tell he was frustrated, but I did like that he talked about some things that fans do wonder, like is TNA, or did they think that they were a legitimate competitor to the WWE, guys that should have made it, guys that didn't. There was a really good part that I liked that was unexpected, him talking about Christian and Christian's time in TNA and how sort of he really enjoyed that. So there were a lot of really, really nice things, and it was an over 2-hour-long interview. And I do want to point out that it only talks about his career currently. So if you want to check out the other stuff, they bring together another shoot interview they did back from 2006. Now, was there anything else that you thought that you were going to get, Ryan? Maybe I want to get some feedback from you quickly that you didn't get out of this shoot interview.
I think I just expected a little more of the things that he didn't like about TNA or things that went on or they kind of went in the wrong direction. I still felt like he did shine some light on some things, but I think a lot of people will agree with the trailer. You just expected a little bit more.
That trailer was super hard hitting. And all of the meat, they put it right on that trailer, so it did kind of set that pace, but I was personally happy with the content inside of it, and really enjoyed the stories that AJ had, so I don't think it was missing anything.
That was a really nice story, and it was at his house, so you could tell he was definitely more relaxed. So, that being said, would you recommend this? If you were a longtime TNA fan, you haven't watched TNA, but you know about this whole AJ Styles situation, would you recommend this, or do you regret this purchase?
I would say if you're a TNA fan at all, definitely get this. If you're an AJ Styles fan at all, definitely get this. If you're someone who doesn't really watch TNA, not really familiar with it, I wouldn't recommend it because you're not gonna get anything you're really looking for. It's mainly for an AJ Styles fan or a TNA fan in general. So that's who I recommend it to, and I'd say if that's you, it's definitely worth buying. It's only about $20 plus shipping, so it's pretty reasonable, and it's worth a buy.
In the words of Mr. Yoda, recommend this DVD, I would. I think it's a great DVD, and if you've been watching TNA the whole time, like throughout the whole thing, it gives a super unique perspective because AJ Styles has been there the whole time. And yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I would have to recommend it too. I would have liked a little bit more juice, but at the end of the day, never say never in the world of wrestling. One thing AJ Styles mentioned is that you never close the door, so who knows? Maybe he will be back in TNA. Obviously, he doesn't just want to burn the bridge, but he does want to make sure that, there are frustrations. So overall, I think that we can easily say we recommend this. You can check it out over at highspots.com. As I mentioned, you also get an extra shoot interview back from '06, and if you pre-ordered it, you get a DVD with a couple matches when AJ was teaming up with Christopher Daniels. I actually watched a couple. They take on the LAX, the Natural, Sabin and Lethal, Petey Williams and Samoa Joe, the James Gang. They're from house shows, and they were pretty good. So it's nice. For $20, about $24, $25 with shipping, you get an overall pretty decent package. So for Ryan McNulty, Keith Pushik, my name is Juan Velas. Thank you for tuning in. And Yoda. We can't forget Yoda.
Goodbye.
Check out the DVD. If you watch it, let us know. You can comment below if you thought it sucked, if you thought it was amazing, whatever you thought. AJ Styles, TNA, a lot of history going on. Definitely check out the DVD over at highspots.com.